that you are mentoring. So thank you. Gotcha. So it is a pleasure to be here today, and I want to thank Jaleesa for really pointing out how essential the internet is and how essential it is to have an internet connection, not only for the sake of their educational success.
Senator Toomey didn't like the answers from Sarah Bloom Raskin. He said, I don't like the way she answered. And how this works for people that aren't in the Senate and do this every day, how this works is after a hearing, senators on a committee can simply write questions. It's called QFR, questions for the record, that they didn't get to ask in their 5-minute slots in committee. They send them. Well, Republicans, led by Senator Toomey, sent almost 200 questions.
Now, Democrats are facing new obstacles that are in their way of getting President Biden's massive Build Back Better bill passed before the end of next month. Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren are urging Congress to put unused crisis relief funds towards a new round of checks specifically for people that need it. Don't forget that the first major stimulus package to be passed during the crisis was the CARES Act. It was passed in March 2020, included about $150 billion for state and local governments. However, the money came with a spending deadline of December 31st, 2021, and the funding has been used on a vast range of projects. But about $10.4 billion of the money sent to those government entities has not been spent. This means there are billions of dollars left in crisis relief funds that could be put towards another round of stimulus payments, and there are already multiple states and cities that have proposed extra stimulus checks for residents that are financially struggling right now because of the crisis. States like California, Illinois, and Tennessee have already agreed to send out more relief checks, and that's some great news. The Supreme Court Justice has a plan to retire and is throwing another curveball into the efforts to get President Biden's agenda passed. Appointing Justice Breyer's replacement to the court is a win for President Biden and the Democrats. By the timing of the announcement, could make it more difficult for Biden and Democratic lawmakers to negotiate and pass the Build Back Better bill, which is a social spending plan which everyone wants to get done. Biden has told reporters that plans to complete the process as quickly as possible are underway. Biden said he plans to announce his nominee soon. Democratic aides have already indicated that the majority leader, Chuck Schumer, will try to follow a confirmation timeline close to that of Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett. A nomination will be followed by confirmation hearings from the Senate Judiciary Committee, and eventually a confirmation vote on the Senate floor. So while nothing prevents the White House from trying to get the spending package finished before the Supreme Court vote, it will definitely be a challenge to do so. It's important to remember that most Democrats want to see a version of the Build Back Better passed as soon as possible. When asked about whether there were concerns that the Supreme Court nomination process would complicate other legislative priorities, like the Build Back Better, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said, "We are entirely capable of doing more things at once." So there's a lot of things going on, a lot of progress being made, but lawmakers are making time to complete negotiations on what should be included and removed from Biden's Build Back Better bill. Progressives this week have pressed Biden and Senate Democrats to ensure that it passes before the State of the Union address. A revised measure will need to pass both the House and Senate. In case of the climate and social spending bill, which the Senate intends to pass using budget reconciliation, Biden needs to have the backing of all 50 Democratic senators. But the good news, everybody, is that Joe Manchin will eventually support the Build Back Better bill. People believe that Joe Manchin is gettable on a revised Build Back Better package. And people think they can get the job done with Joe Manchin on their side.
Madam President, on Friday, our country received another extraordinary bit of news about the state of our economic recovery. Last month, the economy created 467,000 new jobs, far exceeding all expectations. This comes on the heels of news